Hi Scrubs, I hope you're well. This video was created in collaboration with Kosetsu and SoundCloud. Now I have linked their Twitch and their YouTube down below in the video description. Now if you're watching this video and you have not watched my How to Breed Good Horses in Alicia Online video, then please check that out. I've linked it at the top of the screen right now and I'll also link at the end of the video. You need to watch that video before you watch this one. So I'm going to be talking about breeding potential horses in Alicia Online, and I'm going to be covering a couple of topics. These include the different kinds of potential, what those potentials are used for, and how you can increase your chances of reaching horses with potential of 100 out of 100. Just be aware that multiple accounts were used to create these potential horses and this video. Kosetsu and SoundCloud use 3 accounts for potential breeding and potential videos. Not a single horse that is used has been a random breeding, and they contain only their potential horses, and you can see some examples on the screen right now. Melanie, Brooksea, and Scarlett helped me to create my comparison videos of non-potential horses. There are 14 potentials in Alicia Online, however only 13 of them are currently available within the game itself. These include Bulldozer, Chainmaster, Downhill Thrill, Eagle Eye, Featherlight, Gifted Runner, Iron Grip, Magic Harvest, Overprotector, Perfectionist, Resourceful, Strongheart, Superior Start, and Powerhouse. Out of these 14 potentials, they can all be split into 3 separate groups. The first group is Magic. These are potentials that are only useful in Magic races. The second group is ones that can be used in both Magic and Speed races. These can also be known as neutral potentials, but we're just going to refer to them as both for the moment. And the final potential group is Speed potentials. These are potentials that are only useful in Speed races. So I'm now going to show you a comparison videos of each of the different potentials split into their 3 groups, both Magic, both, and Speed. Chainmaster. Your shackles stay longer on other players' horses. Eagle Eye. The aiming range of a bolt is increased. Iron Grip gives you the chance of not losing magic spells after being attacked. Magic Harvest gives you the chance to obtain an extra magic spell after using a bolt. Overprotective increases the duration of the shield. Bulldozer means your horse is less affected by collision with objects. Downhill Thrill enables extra speed while running downhill. Featherlight allows your horse to jump higher and glide for longer. Gifted Runner increases your base speed until you reach first place. Superior start grants additional gauge when starting a race. Powerhouse is not in the game, but it reduces speed loss while running uphill. Powerhouse is an unfinished part of the game and we don't know if it'll be added in the future, but it was a potential in the original Alicia Online. Perfectionist makes it easier to perform a perfect boost in single speed races. Resourceful allows you to obtain more gauge from a silver horseshoe. Strongheart allows your gauge to increase automatically in speed races while you're not boosting. The key to breeding high potential horses is the lineage. Things such as the mane, the coat colour, the tail, cleaning, the pregnancy chance, as well as the training and the stats of the horse, and same potential breeding will have no effect. Also, if you go into the breeding tab, the genetic arrows are something else that has no effect on the potential points that your foal could possibly obtain. So the mane, the tail, the coat, the cleaning, the pregnancy chance, the genetic errors, the stats, training, and the same potential breeding have no effect on the points that can be passed on to the foal. Here we have a spreadsheet that shows two horses with potential, one being Chainmaster and the other one being Gifted Runner, and these bred 3 foals. And these 3 foals had potential, and we can see they had 77 out of 100 and the other 2 had 78 out of 100. Now, the potential points for a foal are based off the horses that appear in its ancestry tab that we mentioned earlier, the lineage of the horse. So you disregard the grandparents of the 2 horses that you choose to pair together when you're breeding, because the grandparents won't be displayed in the new foal's ancestry tab. From our experience, breeding horses of the same potential type together often ends in fails, also known as card compensations, or non-potential foals. We don't know why this happens, but avoid breeding horses of the same potential together for the time being. In this spreadsheet I have 2 parents that were 100 out of 100 for their potentials and they produced a foal of 87. Here I have a second spreadsheet with a second set of parents, both with 100 out of 100 for potential, and they produced 2 foals, one being 86 for potential and the other one being 89. So breeding a 100 out of 100 potential horse to another horse with 100 out of 100 potential together won't guarantee that you will get a 100 out of 100 potential foal. Generally you receive no less than about 80 max value for the foal in potential points when doing so, however. This doesn't mean that it's impossible to get 100 out of 100, because you definitely can, and here are some examples. We have 3 different groups as mentioned earlier in the video: Magic, Both/Neutral, and Speed. As with most things, it's based off an RNG, and this is also known as a random number generator. We have found that breeding Magic with Magic potential horses will yield more Magic potentials, so it is recommended to breed to Magic or to Neutral for Magic potential horses, and Speed or Neutral for speed horses. It is completely possible to get a Magic from a speed potential, or vice versa, speed from Magic potential horses. First, to get a potential horse, it is recommended to breed to a potential horse, as your chance for obtaining a foal with potential goes up. Breeding with a non-potential horse will decrease your chances of obtaining a foal with potential. The chances go up even further when both parents have potential, so keep this in mind. The best way to do this is to use a shop horse for the stats you're looking for, because these horses have no lineage. So I'm just going to show you one here. So if we return to our ranch with this horse, if I select this horse and we look at its ancestry tab, it has nothing here. Because these horses have no lineage, the possible potential points will not be affected by the parents that don't exist, so breeding to a high potential horse with one of these horses is a great way to jumpstart your potential breeding. Next, you want to slowly breed out low or no potential horses in your horse's lineage. To do this, we recommend you take the following into consideration. Level all your potential horses you obtain to class 24. At class 24, your horse will be able to obtain its maximum potential value. As you can see with this horse here, this horse is class 24, and it has reached its maximum potential because it says max here at the side. You don't need to level the horse for your potential points to pass on to the foal, but this will allow you to determine if the horse that you have has a chance to raise your max possible potential points, or the opposite by lowering it. We also suggest that you find a partner to breed with. This is important, you know the values of the potentials in your lineage to keep your horse's potential values increasing at a steady rate. It is very possible to obtain horses with high potential from low potential horses, but it's rare and we don't suggest you do this. Lastly, our final tips for breeding potential horses is just to forget about coat and go for the manes and tails that you want. It is really difficult to breed a +9 3-star coat with stats, mane, tail, high potential, and then the potential that you want. I would like to thank everyone for their hard work in creating this video, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Kosetsu or leave a comment below. Anyway, scrubs, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope you said a little bit, and bye-bye!